On June 26, 2020, at 12 a.m. GMT, a CoSpace Rescue Challenge map was issued to iCooL participants from around the world. All participants were given 24 hours to develop AI strategies to solve the same challenge. In CoSpace Rescue Challenge, teams are required to build a real robot, develop and program appropriate algorithms and strategies for both real and virtual autonomous robots to navigate through both real and virtual worlds. Additionally, they have to search and collect objects while competing with another team's robot that is also searching and collecting objects in the same real and virtual worlds. During the challenge, the robot needs to overcome barriers, avoid traps, and swamps. If the robot successfully makes a deposit, the points of the objects deposited will be doubled. For University and U19 category, the CoSpace server will send the robot its own coordinates while the robot is searching in the virtual world. The location information can be used for the development of AI algorithms and strategy such as path planning and search algorithms. Additionally, for University and U19 categories, there are signal block zones which are surrounded by pink dotted lines. When a robot enters the signal block zone, its coordinates information will be blocked. The winner of the challenge will be the robot with the highest points.
Hi, my name is Adam Balansky. I'm from Russia and I've been involved in CoSpace Rescue University League. I started to work on CoSpace in 2018 and I took part in my first RoboCup competition. It was RoboCup Russia Open 2018. Since then I was involved in other 4 competitions, including 2 European RoboCup Junior in 2018 and 2019. And 1 RoboCup Asia Pacific in 2019. Actually, my strategy is pretty simple to understand. I make my robot drive within a predefined paths using a different states. So, if robot is in a certain state, it performs a corresponding action. For example, if robot is in a state 1, he drives to dot 1. When he arrives there, his state changes to something else, and that new state make robot do a different action. To move robot from one dot to another, I simply use Pythagorean theorem to define a needed angle and distance. This strategy is pretty limited. Yeah, and I understand that. I don't use graphs, any sort of searching algorithms like Dijkstra or A-star. In some cases, when we have a layout of map, it can be simpler and more effective to make robot do exactly what you want, rather than let him decide his next action depending on the situation he's in. Despite everything I said, I encourage everyone, including myself, to make algorithms work as independent as it possible. It makes us build a deeper knowledge of mathematics, programming languages, and other sciences derived from them.
Hello, my name is Gustavo Aurelio and I'm from Macapá City in Brazil. I'm 20 years old and I'm involved with university category. My university is the Federal University of Amapá, which is the Federal University of my state. And I'm involved with robotics since 2011 when I was 11 years old. It was when I first started studying robotics, and in that same year I won my first competition that qualified me for Brazilian robotics competition. Then in 2014 I first experienced CoSpace, and then I entered in Latin American robotics competition, that is the qualifying competition in Latin America for RoboCup, and my team and I won that competition in 2014, 2015 and 2016 for 3 consecutive years, and that qualified us to compete in RoboCup 2015 in China, RoboCup 2016 in Germany, and RoboCup 2017 in Japan. We had our best results in 2017 in Japan when we lost in the quarterfinals to South Korea by a difference of 10 points, I guess, and they did it in the last second of the game, so it was really tight. After that, in Super Teams competition we ended up as runners up, Then I stopped competing after that for studying reasons. I was focused on getting into a good medical school. Then after that in 2019, I competed again in Latin American robotics competition, that time as mentor. I already was in university. And my students won that competition that qualified us to RoboCup 2020 that was later postponed. About my learning experience, I know that every experience that I had with robotics, especially with CoSpace, improved my math and logical skills through the years, and that certainly was crucial for me to enter university since the Brazilian Unified exam has more math questions than any other subject. And that's why I encourage people I know to enroll their children in robotics classes. CoSpace is easy to use and at the same time has sufficient tools for maps, and after every update it just gets better. So my experience not only with iCooL but with every CoSpace competition I was involved in is very positive. Well, the strategy that I used here is first robot to go to that area with lots of black objects, and for that I programmed the robot to every time he hits uh, that superior limit of, he will, if he doesn't have any black object, he will turn to uh, 90 degrees, so he will go to that area. And then I programmed here an imaginary wall that only allows the robot to go to that area if he doesn't have that, if he doesn't really has any black object. So I put some conditions like if he doesn't have any black object, and the robot knows if he has or not, because there are some variables that we use here. So if he doesn't have any black object, he goes to that area, then he collects some, and every time he hits that top part of the map and he already has at least one black object, he will turn to 270 degrees, so he will go out. And that's the first part. The second part is every time the robot hits that area in the bottom, if he doesn't have any red object, he will turn to 90 degrees and he will collect some reds. The same thing here to blue objects. If he hits that part and he doesn't have any any blue objects, he will turn to 0 degrees and he come to the area. But usually the robot doesn't need to get into that blue area, because there are usually many objects here outside, and I didn't do any specific program the robot to into this area. That was the part of the program that the robot looks to the object. For the robot to go to the positive, it was simple too. I did an imaginary wall here, so every time the robot hit that wall, he will turn to 180 degrees, and every time he hits the top of the map, and if he does have at least one object of each color, he will turn to the right. So every time the robot is loaded, or if RGB, he will, after touching the top part of the map, he will turn to the right, and then he will hit that imaginary wall, and then he will turn to the deposit. I did the same thing here. If the robot hits the bottom part of the map, he will turn to the left, and then he will hit that imaginary wall. If he's loaded, he will go to the deposit. The same thing here. So that's how the robot find the deposit. And about the super object, The algorithm is simple too. Basically, if the the super object is uh, below below the robot, he will turn to 180 degrees, and he will go in that direction. If the object is in its left side too, he will turn to 90 degrees, and he will go in that direction. Uh, the robot has a program that he he goes to the he first goes to the farthest direction. So if the super object is in that position, he will first go down, and then he will goes to the left, and he only goes to the super object if both of them, the robot and the object, are in the white area, or if both of them are in blue yellow, to avoid some troubles, or if they both are here in this area. And basically that's it.
And off we go! In this demo game, we will minimize any manual intervention. Blue robot is depositing. Red robot is depositing. Blue robot is depositing. Red robot has picked up a Super Plus object. That is 180 points. Blue robot is depositing. Red robot is depositing. Blue robot is in the swamp. Speed is restricted. Blue robot is full. Red robot is depositing. Blue robot is depositing. Blue robot picks up super object. That's 90 points. Red robot picks up super object. That's 90 points. Blue robot is depositing. Red robot is depositing. One minute left. Red robot is depositing. Blue robot is depositing. Red robot wins this challenge. Congratulations!